Why hello there ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. This is Car Juice and this is the squeeze on the 2024 GLS63. This is the big boy of Mercedes. This competes with the XB7 and the Audi RSQ8. All of the kind of cool SUVs right in that $150,000 or so price point. So I guess you could kind of say that the X5M is sort of in that same row. However, the X5M doesn't boast third row seats like the GLS63. This car is super cool with the twilight blue exterior paint, matched with these 23-inch AMG wheels and tires, wrapped with Michelin Pilot Sports on all four corners, and beautiful red brake calipers. I love the AMG series of vehicles. Whenever I got to drive the AMG GT convertible a couple of months ago, that car was absolutely phenomenal. I think it has probably one of the best sounding V8s with that snap and crack, but it's probably just because I work at BMW. Speaking of working at BMW, if you guys would like to look into buying this vehicle for yourself, it's currently for sale at my dealership for about $145,000 or $150,000 or so. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Moving on, this car has awesome BMW, I'm so programmed to say that. So it's got awesome adaptive LED headlights, so these headlights are going to move around in corners and corner with you, and the car handles extremely well. It can be either very stiff or it can be a little bit more supple depending on what the situation requires. With that 4MATIC Plus transmission and all-wheel drive system, the car is very good at putting the power down to all the different wheels, and it is equipped with air ride suspension. Currently it's in the lowered mode, and you can actually raise the back end of the car or lower it from the trunk. Speaking of trunk, with the third row put up, you've got plenty of space, actually a little bit more than an X7. The X7 would end right around here, so it's got a little bit more space than what you'd have on the X7 class. However, it's just the drive is going to be a little bit different than otherwise. Click that button, the suspension will raise back up, or you can put it down from the third row. With Michelin Pilot Sports, as they're not run flat tires, you are going to need a full-size spare, which does come along with this car, and you can use this third row area to store this little privacy shield in the back if you don't want to keep it around at all times. Some cool difference to note between the Mercedes and the BMW. BMW includes two separate shades for the rear. Mercedes only includes one, and you can install it in two separate locations depending on what your needs require. Let's move these back so that they don't get clipped whenever I close the trunk. This does have a power closed tailgate as well, but you lose access to that whenever you install the tote hitch. Quad exit exhaust, which I will show you guys here in a moment right before we start going on our drive. But just a little highlight on the paint before I show you the interior. Look at the sparkle in that twilight paint. It looks really good, especially with the red brake calipers. I think that they did an excellent job as far as how that, the whole vehicle set up. Regarding the back seats on this car are extremely comfortable. You've got the door controls on the seat controls on the door, just like any other Mercedes. Even in the third row, you have heated seats as well. Sitting in the back with the seat fully reclined and the front seat fully reclined, you have plenty of legroom. So I can sit fully extended, and I have plenty of space. I would probably put that at around 4 or 5 inches or so of rear legroom. Don't ask me how I know that, but you can guess. So sound system wise, Burmeister audio system, super high quality. Mercedes always kills it with their audio systems, and the overall quality of this car is extremely high. As you can tell, even the back seats have Alcantara on the seat here. This is the Bahia brown, hopefully I'm saying that right, leather. And it's really supple. It's Nappa leather, not merino. So it's a little bit stiffer, I would say, maybe than merino leather. Doors sound incredible when you close them, and this has one of the stronger soft closes that I've noticed. It's very forceful when it takes the door out of your hand. So you just lightly can set that, and it pulls it the rest of the way closed. The rear windows come tinted from the factory. Front ones you will have to get tinted unless if your local dealer works with you, or you could buy this one for almost $10,000 off. Link to the vehicle in the description again. All right, let's go over a lot of the interior stuff on this car. You've got heated and ventilated seats, and you can move the passenger seat around from the driver's seat, which is kind of cool, especially if you're driving people around in this. You can prank your wife if you're taking her on a long road trip and you want to wake her up. Super fun, and got the controls for the seats right here on the door. Kind of nice. I prefer them being on the side of the seat, but that's just because I'm not really a Mercedes guy, but I was very curious about this car. before I get inside, I do promise that I will show you the exhaust. So that is coming up in 3, 2, 1. Sounds pretty good. That'll butter my biscuits right up, if you ask me. But, you know, what else butters your biscuits up? 3.6 second 0 to 60 in a over 6,000 pound SUV. Oh, did I say 6,000 pound? Yes, you could use this as a tax write-off for your Section 179. If you guys are in the market and you happen to be watching this at the end of 2024 and you're looking for a tax credit, this car is probably sold, but you can still get the benefit by putting this in your business's name. This is a big boy. I do want to comment a lot on a lot of the interior stuff, but for that I need to put you guys right there. Oh, hey, yeah, that's much better. So inside of the GLS63, it is a very, very high quality cabin. You have Alcantara all over the headliner, which is, if you guys are ever getting inside of a luxury car and the headliner is not soft touch, it's not a luxury car. Sorry, popular, maybe an unpopular opinion, but it's a hot take and I will die on that hill. The interior is extremely nice. This steering wheel has this beautiful perforated leather with little thumb rests for you to set your hands in, so it just feels really good. This steering wheel has a lot of good controls on it. I absolutely love how Mercedes allows you to adjust the suspension and the engine settings right from the steering wheel. Flat bottom on the steering wheel, so you know that it'll fit in those apple bottom jeans that you've been dying to get. I really don't have anything to complain about the car other than that it's just a big boy, but that's why you're buying this thing, so you can take your kids to soccer practice.
How can I?
Excuse me, ma'am, I wasn't ready to talk to you yet. We're gonna turn you off. Go away.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again, please?
Cancel. That was the Mercedes-Benz Personal Assistant, which can help you do various things, such as change the lighting color inside of the vehicle, make phone calls, put the windows down, those sort of cool things. Speaking of other technology functions, this does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they work pretty good. Regarding the infotainment system, woo, a little tug job on the seatbelt there whenever you put it into gear. Not complaining, but man, these videos have gotten real different recently, haven't they? So, yeah, so inside of the car, it feels really, really nice. You've got wood all along the dash. It's an option to not get the seat belts colored, so you can get different colors on the seat belt and everything like that. This car was an original MSRP. This is a 2024, so it'd still be the exact same price today if you were to go ahead and get one. It was $151,850, up from the $145,850 MSRP. The only options that they added to this vehicle was a dash cam, which is incorporated inside of the rest of the vehicle, and it just kind of exists within the system. And then they also added in the 23-inch AMG multi-spoke forged wheels. Forged wheels, in case you guys didn't know, make the car a little bit lighter weight, and it's going to turn in a little bit better than if it didn't have it, but on a vehicle this big, it doesn't really make a difference anyway. I am dying to take this thing on a drive, but I'm gonna absolutely maintain self-control. And just talk about a couple more things here with you. The cup holders are heated and cooled, which is nice, so you can keep your drinks nice and hot or nice and cold, depending on what you need. The leather inside of the car, as I was saying earlier, is super duper nice. Love the controls on the steering wheel, and the seats are pretty darn good. I wish that they were a little bit more grabby, but again, I'm kind of a smaller guy, so I typically kind of get swallowed up in most seats anyway. For an SUV, I would have no complaints at all taking this thing down to Florida for a weekend. Let's take this thing for a drive, shall we? We are gonna put the windows down for this event, just so you guys can hear the exhaust, because that is the best thing about Mercedes. It might not have quite as much horsepower as the Alpina V7, and it doesn't quite go, you know, to 60 as quick, but if you're a Mercedes person, and you're looking for a nice, fun, and fast car, look no further. It's a great vehicle. Mercedes uses a 9-speed in-house built transmission instead of going the typical ZF route like a lot of other manufacturers do. I don't love their transmission, but since it's got 9 speeds, it can get really good fuel economy. Let me see it. forgot to see. So city miles per gallon is 14, and on the highway it's 19. And you know, the reason that I think it's really cool having a 9-speed transmission. Not gonna knock it for that whatsoever. However, it just doesn't have that like punch that you get whenever you're going between the shifts. The shifts don't feel very inspired. They feel very soft and like you're getting kissed on the lips by a little butterfly. And you know, that's cool. But sometimes you just want that power and the grumble and the grunt, and whenever you're spending this kind of money, I want that, but not everybody necessarily does. If you kick this thing down into comfort mode, it's a perfectly refined, soft cabin, not very quiet, but it's still plenty quiet that if like you were taking a phone call in the car, I think you'd be able to take it without having too much cabin noise on the exterior. Would really like to see double paned windows, but that's okay that it doesn't have them, because not everything needs to have double paned windows. I just wouldn't spend $150,000 if I didn't have double paned windows. So if you guys are looking for a really dope third row SUV and you don't want to go the Alpina route, I think that this is a really, really awesome car. It's got great colors, great styling, very comfortable. Mercedes makes great massaging seats too, which is awesome. They probably have the best massaging seats in the game. So if you're looking for a comfortable car, I think that this would be a great choice for that function. Parking cameras are super high resolution, very crisp, and they work in real time. I believe that they're 4K, so no complaints there. Let's see, let's check out the sunroof. Sunroof shade moves properly quick, and it's got a massive sunroof. The sunroof goes back probably an extra 8 inches over what a BMW does, and let's see how fast it moves. A little slow, but not bad. And then the little diffuser is quite nice, high quality on it too. No lights in the sunroof, which would be cool. BMW at the same price point does have lights in the sunroof, but that's okay. Yeah, air suspension is easy to toggle up and down, and the ride quality is soft, a little bit stiff, which you'd expect with a vehicle of this price point. And yeah, so that is my short review on the Mercedes GLS63. If I missed anything in the comments down below, please mention that. Let me know if you guys liked it. If you did like it, please consider subscribing, as I am trying to grow this channel. My goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers this year, and we're about 7,500 away from that. But yeah, that was the squeeze on the 2024 GLS63. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.